Well, hello there, Captain X. So I decided to make a video response to your video on Bleach 538 chapter. And first of all, I would like to thank you for the nomination. Yes, nomination for four seats of X Club. And yeah, I personally think that you did good choice and on the lieutenant and on the third seat. Uh, Mainly because, like we have said, like I have said to you on personal message, yeah, maybe due to my own age, I'm not old, but I'm kinda a little more, let's say, picky on which anime I watch, which manga I read, and so on. So I guess it's a lot better to have younger people that is more apt to a wide range of choices and options and so on, and they will be able to advise you a lot better than I. Nonetheless, I from time to time will pop up with videos like this one and others eventually, and we'll have our say or through Facebook and so on. So, first of all, I would like to thank you for the nomination for seat of X Squad, and I'm honored to have the seat. Now, on to the main thing about also, like I have written on a comment on the video, it's better to call me JS. I think that in English it's the two initials of my personal name and family name, and it's quite easier. So GS, I see GS, I think it's fine treating with me. So also, now to the thing that I want to kinda have a response to your video and to your comments on your video. And also add two or three things that I think that you eventually missed, or you judge not, let's say, fundamental on the chapter himself. The first thing is about Ikumi, and I watched some videos talk about this, some videos not, but Ikumi kinda puzzles puzzles me in a way because and I would like to hear your opinion on Ikumi. Do you think she possesses spiritual awareness or not? Because in this chapter we did see that when Ishin was talking to Ishigo, she was there. So the question is, did she hear Ishin talking to Ishigo, and will she not have a reaction when she probably will see Ishigo disappearing? So this is kinda strange and a plot hole in the story at this time, and also is the old stuff about why she can see the substitute Shinigami badge. It's because the badge did lose their powers, and apparently it's not the case because when we see Ishigo again at Oetsu Palace, he was already using a Shikensha, so he did not lose his power. So, for all instances and purposes, the special protective barrier around the substitute Shinigami badge was still active. So I want to hear what you think about Ikumi, and do you think that she will have some role to play on the future overall of the story? Not. What are your opinions on that character? The second point, well, I wrongly agree with you on your review, and however, I want to have another reaction from you regarding Ishigo, mainly because when Ishigo was at the palace, we see that he did not have to fight the Azaushi again. The Azaushi, kneeled before him. So, do you think this is not an important thing? Because in my opinion this is important because at this moment we know that Ishigo, and Ishigo also knows that from his father's side and to his mother's side he is a direct descendant of two noble lines, the Shiba line from the part of Soul Society and the Masaki line from the part of the Quincy's. So this is in some way related with the Azaushi him kneel before him, and also what do you think about the expression of Nimaya, because from what I understand of the chapter, Nimaya was kinda expecting that the Azaushi did fight against Ishigo, but the Azaushi decided not to do it. So that was the fact that, in my opinion, surprised Nimaya. So what are your thoughts on this issue also? Also, I do agree with you, and like we have spoke a few hours ago on Facebook. Yes, I do agree with you that Soul Society needs to put up a good strategy against the Van der Reich and Stern Readers. But I need to remember that when the invasion came, all the captains that got their Bankai stolen, they started the battle going for Bankai initially. And only later on, I don't remember who, I don't remember this, if it's a guy of the 12th squad division, if there are other, if it was other captain or something like that, but I do remember that during the battle or in the middle part of the battle, kinda someone kinda communicate to all Serute that the captains or all that have Bankai should not use it because the Stern Readers are able to stole the Bankai. So Soul Society was not expecting that the Stern Readers could stole a Bankai upon his release, obviously. So this kinda, and I do agree with you, this kinda proves that on the first part of this war, the Van der Reich got the advantage in terms of tactics and strategy and planning. Obviously, that's clearly painful from the number of casualties that Soul Society suffered on that first assault. So yes, they need to reformulate their strategies and their battle strategies and so on. And then in that issue, I'm with you. They need to improve their planning, their strategy, and their planification of the overall conflict. But the captains that got their Bankai stolen, they lose that Bankai mainly because Soul Society, even if Soul Society knew that the Quincy's were there, they did not expect an attack of the Stern Readers. Like they kinda did what Nazi Germany did on Second World War. They blitzkrieg Soul Society, and they took Soul Society by surprise. And this is kinda adds points to when Jua was discussing stuff with Yamamoto, that Jua says that Soul Society is becoming weak because they lack planning, they like strategy, they are, even if they knew about the Quincy's, they did not take steps to prevent or to protect Soul Society. And on that regard, Soul Society started this war on the losing side, mainly because of it. And that's my personal opinion. Sorry, I'm still not completely well. So this is my points, and I want to hear you more on that issue, even if on the video you also presented a good and interesting strategy how Soul Society could deal with the future invasion with uh, or about or when the Van der Reich or the Stern Readers came again. So also another thing that we also discussed personally, and that was my personal theory. I think that I don't know if the stolen Bankai can be returned. However, in this chapter, like you say, Toshiro goes training his sword skills and Komamura goes talk with his, I call it master, most likely. So they want to improve themselves, they want to train. But like I say to you via personal message, I think there might be a chance that through this training, Toshiro on his own way, Komamura on his personal way, maybe they could, in a way, access or have or awaken another form of Bankai, another type of Bankai. If it, but this is a wild guessing. But well, this is my personal opinion, and I already spoke a little with you on that issue. About Izagi. Well, I think, and like we did say, I do agree with you that Izagi always has the problem with the fear of his own power. Indeed, this is a big issue on Izagi part. However, like I say to you, I think that the problem with Izagi is more deeper than that, in the sense that besides the fear he has of using his own power and using Kazeshini on his release state, on his Shikai mode, I think that the problem with Izagi is also a moral problem, and the disliking of killing others, even if in battle. And like I say to you, I think that even if he does achieve a Bankai, um, and like you say, if he does not change his own ways of thinking, I seriously think that eventually during the course of the war Izagi will be one of the casualties along or in the ranks of Soul Society, because the Stern Readers, like you say, they do not show any mercy to Shinigamis, and their only goal is to destroy Shinigamis and the erase of Soul Society from the face of the earth, let's say, on that way. So, indeed, if Izagi does not grow more as a warrior and he kinda puts aside his own moral issues, even if he does reach mastered Bankai stage, I don't see Izagi surviving the war through the end. But this is only my personal opinion, obviously. Also, about Komamura, and mainly about the big dog or the big wolf, he is talking. I think that Big Wolf was the master of Komamura. Eventually, it could also be related by blood with Komamura, like you say. And I also say that on my video that there is a chance that probably this big guy eventually could be the father or the grandfather of Komamura or his master, or both. We don't know. However, I do think that we see that the guy has a big scar in his face and the ear cut. So I was wondering, and I do have a memory about uh, Yamamoto. And Yamamoto has two scars and has a lot of scars over all the body. So I do started to wonder, what if once upon a time Yamamoto did fight this big dog, this big wolf, and this big wolf kinda inflict one of the face scars of Yamamoto, and eventually this scar he has in his face was done by Yamamoto. Well, that is interesting, and will also link this big guy that appeared with Yamamoto and eventually with Komamura, because Komamura always say that he entered Serete and became a Shinigami to thank a man for saving his own life. I always think, and I still think this today, that the guy that eventually saved Komamura's life was Yamamoto. But that's my opinion. In any case, this is my video response to your video on Bleach 538. So I don't know if you will answer via a comment or will you make a video. In any case, this also serves as a thanking to being promoted to for seat of X Squad. So stay well, peace, see you soon.